Okay, we'll begin now. So one more time, welcome everybody. We are in the last module. We are working on percentile. Okay. If you remember, when we talk about median, median is a single arranged data, right? That divides the data into two equal parts. That is the let me quickly answer this call. I don't know why I got this, but yeah. So median, as I was telling you, when you arrange the data from ascending or in ascending order, value that goes in the middle, that's called the median. It divides the data into two equal parts, right? That is median. We have one median, it divides the data into two equal parts. Okay, number of median one, but the number of parts is two. Okay. Similarly, we talk about quartiles in last class. Quartiles divide the data into four equal parts. And in order to divide into four equal parts, there were three quartiles, right? Q1, Q2, Q3. Q2 is also called the median. So today, what we are looking at is, we are looking at percentile. Percentile divides the data into 100 equal parts. Okay? Percentile divides the data into 100 equal parts. So if we arrange the data from smallest to the largest, it divides the data into 100 equal parts, and there are 99 percentiles. So if I want to represent here in a diagram, I can say that, suppose if I want to go from the minimum value here to the maximum value, your percentiles will be like this. Here is P1, then we have a P2, P3, and so on. It continues like that. It goes all the way up to the 99th percentile, P99. So percentile divides the data into 99 equal parts. So if we count like this, here is first part, second part, third part. If we have written all of them, the last part would be the 100th part. So each part represents 1% of the data. Okay. And in general, we write the percentile as PK. That is the kth percentile. Okay. Kth percentile. So if you compare this with the quartiles, the 50th percentile is the value in the middle, right? 50%. So 50th percentile is the median. Okay. 25th percentile or 25th percentile is your first quartile. And 75th percentile is your third quartile. Okay. So there are 100 equal parts, and then we have 99 percentiles. So for example, if I say that weight of a child, listen carefully, if I say that the weight of a child is at 75th percentile, meaning of that is there are 25% children of that age whose weight is above the weight of your child. Make sense? 75th percentile means 25% above that, and then 75% below that. Okay. So let's see how we can calculate the percentile. The formula to calculate the percentile, if you just look at the formulas, they are not that beautiful, as you can see. Okay. Kth percentile, if you want to find PK equal to how much? If I want to find PK is equal to how much is the kth percentile, then we use this formula. What you have to do is, this formula will give you the position. Where is the kth percentile located when you arrange the data from smallest to the biggest? So that means to find the percentile, you need to arrange the data from smallest to the biggest. So when you arrange the data from smallest to biggest, in order to locate where is the percentile, we find the position I using this formula. So I is equal to K over 100, whatever percentile you want. It can be 34th percentile, it can be 50th percentile, it can be 75th percentile. So K can be any number between 1 and 100, right? In fact, 1 and 99, I should say, inclusive. And it cannot be decimal because it is first percentile, second percentile, third percentile, and so on. So K cannot be decimal. So K divided by 100 times n plus 1, n is the sample size. So this will give you the position. And then after you do the calculation, if I is an integer, so whatever number is located at that position, that is your percentile. But if I is not an integer, just like in the calculation of median, you have to find the average of the numbers below the I and above the I. Okay, but if I just say this just like this, it will make no sense. So let's take an example so that this will be meaningful. So here we have the example. Listed are 29 ages for Academy winning best actors in order from smallest to the largest. So you can see 18, 21, 22. The data is already arranged, right? And how many pieces of information we have here? 29, right? Even if you count, you will see that there are 29. We have to find the 70th percentile. So what we do is, in order to find 70th percentile, you can see that K is 70. K equal to 70, and you know that N is equal to 29. So now what we do is we find the position. We try to locate the percentile, and I is equal to, you have K divided by 100 times N plus 1. That is the formula. K divided by 100 multiplied to N plus 1. And K over 100, now look at the screen carefully. K is 70, right? K is 70. So 70 divided by 100 is 0.7. 0.7, and you are multiplying that with N plus 1. N is 29. So 29 plus 1 is 30. And if we multiply this, 0.7 times 30 is a 21. Okay, 0.7 times 30 is 21. So meaning of that is the position of 70th percentile is in 21 place, right? It is the 21 item. So what I mean by that is, if I want to write what is P70, 70th percentile, all eyes on the board now, is in 21st position. 70th percentile is in the 21st position. So you have to count 1, 2, you can see my mouse moving there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What is there in 21 place? 64. So that means 78th percentile is 64. That is the meaning there. So if you get I as a whole number or integer like that, so percentile is the number in that position. So that is the meaning of this one here. If I is an integer, then PK is the data value in ith position in ordered data set. Okay, any question in this first part, A? Students in the Zoom classroom, if you have a question, unmute yourself and you can ask me. I'll be waiting for 30 more seconds with the hope that I get questions. Okay, if you have no question, now let's look at B, which is similar, but in this one, we may get I decimal. Okay, so let's see how we can do the math if I is decimal. So for the second part, let me use different color. In this one, K is equal to 83 and N is still 29. It's the same data set. And we want to locate the position. So I is equal to K over 100 times N plus 1. So if you look at the screen here, K is 83. And 83 over 100 is 0.83. Multiplied to N plus 1. N is 29, 29 plus 1 is a 30. So if we multiply this, 0.83 times 30, that is 24.9. So we don't get 25, we get 24.9. Look at that, we get a decimal, okay? So if we count, I think I remember counting this one, this is 15, and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 is here. So 24.9 should be in between, right? Between 71 and 72. So that means the position of everybody, try to understand this. Let me show that asterisk with a red circle there. So this is the position. 24.9 is that because this is 24 and that is 25. So 24.9 is here, which is in between 71 and 72. So in order to find the percentile now, 83rd percentile, P83, what you need to do is you need to find the average of the number below that and number above that. You can see that number below that is 71 and number above that is 72. If you want to find the average, we add two of these and divide it by 2. And when you add that, it will be 143 divided by 2, which is equal to 71.5, right? 71.5. So 83rd percentile is 71.5. So that is how we can find the percentile if the value of I, the position, right, is in decimal. If the position is in decimal, you find the average of the number below that and above that. So that was the meaning of this second sentence here. If I is not an integer or a decimal, then the percentile value pk is the average of the data value above and below I. Okay, any question on this example, both part A and B? Super easy. Okay, so I think in your mastery exercise, you have the first question. I know you are not able to solve yet, right? When you are working on that. So first question is based on this one. Okay. Now, so what we said is, if we look here, look at the screen. So here, when you do this math, we get P70 is equal to 64. That means 64 is the 70th percentile. So for 64, K is equal to 70, right? Now, similarly, if this number is given, what percentile is 62? If the question is what percentile is 62, that means what is the value of K? That is the question, okay? And if you want to find the value of K for 62, it will be less than 70 because 70th percentile is 64. So 62 should be less than that, okay? So now how we can find the value of K? Let's see. If you want to find the value of K, there is another interesting thing here. So this is the meaning. If this is given here, say for example, if certain percentile pk is equal to some number m given to you, then how do you find k? K equal to how much? If you want to find that, we use this formula. Look here, we use this formula. K is equal to 100 divided by n. N is the sample size, whatever number of data will be given to you. Okay, X, if you look at X, X is the number of data point below M. So how many numbers are there which are less than M? That is what we look at the given data. M is the number given to you. X is the number of data point below M. And then Y is the frequency of M. Y is the frequency of M. Frequency means how many times the data is repeating, right? How many times M appears in the given data set. That is the meaning of that. One more time, just like in the previous one, if I just say data, right? Listed are 29 ages of academic winning, best in order from the smallest to the largest. We have to find the percentile for, when we say percentile for 58, they have given P58, pk equal to 58. What is the value of k? pk is equal to 58. How much? That is the meaning of that. Okay, pk equal to 58, k equal. And we have the formula to find the value of k. What was that? K equal to, one more time, 100 over n, very good, 100 over n, half y, right? 100 over n, x plus half y. N is the total number of observations or sample size. In this case, it is 29. 100 divided by 29. 100 divided by 29. Now, we have to look at where is this 58 in the data set. So you can see that 58 right now. That is 58. Now, what is x? X is the... How many numbers are below 58? Could you please count quickly? Here, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 data values are below that. Half times y is the frequency. Y is the frequency of 58. Times 58 is repeating. How many times we have 58 here? Just one. K is a whole number. So what you have to do is we have to type this in the calculator number. So could you please type this in your calculator, everybody, and see what you will get? Remember, what did you get? 60. Correct. Because we round whole number. So when you round it, it's a big 64. So 60 percentile is 58. That is the meaning of that. Okay. 64 percentile 58. If you have a question on this, let me know. If you don't have question, please try B now. Please try yourself. What's going on? You think? No? Okay, that's passive. To her also. Okay, do you get anything special on that? Is I mean, value, a whole number? What do you get this time? A decimal? Let's quickly check it. So here, PK, right? PK is 20 equal to. The percentile value is 25. K. We have to find the K for that. You know the K is equal to 100 n times x plus half y. That is the formula. So we plug in again, 100 divided 29. Time we look for 25. 25 is here. Let me show you. There. Okay, there is 25. This is the number of data values. Below that, we have 3 of them. 3 plus half multiplied to y is the frequency for that number. So how many 25 are? Look at that. We just write. So we write 1 there. And we type that in calculator. So when you type in calculator, what did you get? How much? Right. And when you round it, it's just 12, right? Because this K is 99 of them. So make sure you type it correctly. You should get. From this lecture, we are done with the lecture part. I still have something to talk with you, but part is now done. If you have a question on this, let me know. Otherwise, we'll end the lecture part. I'll end the recording. Talk a little bit after that.